Hey guys, AnnaFan97203 here. Sorry if I sound a little sick right now. But today I want to talk to you about what you can see on the screen right now, Maxwell's World. This is a mod in Fallout 4 available on Bethesda.net. So right now you can see a lot of screenshots going by. These are really awful, I know, I'm sorry. I really need to get something so that I can capture video in Fallout, but I digress. So these are just different screenshots from around the park right now. What's very notable about this mod is it looks more like a DLC pack. Looks, sounds, and feels more like a DLC pack than a mod most of the time. I'll talk about when that's not quite true later on. But as you can see, everything is kind of... Although you can see certain assets used in Fallout, you generally won't recognize them so much, and the lighting and the fog effects and everything, it feels more like it's a whole new thing made by a proper team than something that's already been in the game, if you know what I mean. It is an extra world that you have to travel to. There are a few different ways to travel to it. It is all based around a quest line, which is a lot of fun. I will not be spoiling that because, honestly, there's some really cool stuff going on there. But throughout the park, as you can see, it's creepy and it's eerie, and if these were higher quality, you'd really get that feeling. But it really does feel like you're trapped in this place that's just not right. And it's a really cool atmosphere, honestly. And the music too, the music is beautiful in this. It is very carnival-esque and very spooky, and it's all got this nice creep factor to it, and I think it really nails it. This would be certainly a lot of fun to play if you're going for a horror build on Fallout. And it really nails it. There's there's a lot about this that you're gonna look at and you're gonna be like, oh, that kind of reminds me of this or that from Fallout, or this or that from another game. And I can certainly see where they took a lot of inspiration from certain other things. The only DLC that I think you have to have to play this, like the only DLC that's required, would possibly be Nuka World, as there are some assets that I believe are plucked from Nuka World, but they also at the same time could be completely new assets, as I know some people were working on those same asset designs just a bit before Nuka World was announced. And there's a few other mods that use those same assets but don't require Nuka World, and I may end up talking about those too. I just really wanted to do a review of this mod, as this mod is so cool, and I really want as many people to check it out. And again, it is on Bethesda.net, so you can get it through the game. You don't need to be on PC to get this mod. You can be on Xbox. Don't believe you can be on PS4, as there are some new textures added, unless those textures are broken apart and rebuilt versions of old textures. It's possible, but I doubt it. But I don't believe you can get this on PS4. But you can get this on PC, of course, and Xbox. Now, you will notice some stuff is a little bit weird because I do have a bunch of other mods installed. But, as you can see, there are some enemies throughout the park, and as you explore through this park, you're going to find enemies such as the feral clowns, which are just normal feral ghouls with a little clown wig going on. And it really fits the theme, and I like it. You also have haunted bumper cars. Now, these are some enemy, I can't tell what, I would assume a Mirelurk, with some extra stuff replacing their models and their texture. And they aren't textured amazingly, but they're cool. You got the Vault Boy and Jangles the Moon Monkey as an enemy, and they're quite interesting. When they show up, it's surprising. And you got those skeletal bits sticking out, and then you got the suits and the mask, and it's really cool. I thought those were two really, really cool enemies. You also get the animatronic boy and girl. You can find a bunch of them and fight them. Their textures are probably the worst out of all the different new textures that are added, but it is what it is. I'm not a fan of those. Then you also have the teacups, the rusty and the old teacups, I believe they are called. Those are also Mirelurk based, aging teacups, sorry, and those are both interesting as well. Then you got the chairlift, which is based off of a blood bug, I believe, something along those lines. Again, I like the model on this one because it really does look like it's a chairlift. I really like that one. And then you got your more boss type of enemies, and some of those are really cool. This one is based around a carousel. I captured a couple of pictures from this fight, which I gotta say, trying to fight this thing while also trying to take pictures of it. It's not easy, but I think it was definitely worth it. As you can see, most of the enemies don't drop anything, but there are a couple of exceptions. The Jangles the Moon Monkey will drop his mascot head, and then the Fallout Boy, or Pit Boy, Vault Boy, whatever, he will drop his mascot head and a Vault 114 suit, I believe. There's a couple other characters that are really interesting. Andy and another robot that I forget their name. Those act as vendors. Andrea, that's the other one's name. They act as vendors, and they sell you a lot of really cool stuff, and they also badmouth you. One of the really cool things is the Heavy Incinerator from Fallout 3. That's awesome. A Cursed Mallet. This is new, and it's really cool looking, in my opinion, as a super sludge kind of thing. A Cursed Ray Gun Pistol, similar to like a laser pistol. And the large rocket Cursed Fireworks Cannon Clown. A bit of an odd name, but it is a giant rocket launcher that shoots fireworks and looks awesome. In a most ridiculous sense, and I love it. You also have the Cursed Food items, the Cursed Cotton Candy, the Cursed Hot Dog, the Cursed Nuka World, and the Cursed Moon. All of these will give you some serious buffs to your health, or your AP, or a few other things. They will all also give you this side effect you are feeling using this will put you further under Maxwell's influence, ties into the story, spooky ghost stuff. From what I can tell, that doesn't actually do anything, but it's interesting. Now, beyond those vendors and enemies, there are a number of other characters that you get to interact with, including 2 people who work as companions during the quest. The one on the left should be using T60 power armor. I've got a mod that changes Brotherhood over to T51. Nonetheless, a Brotherhood agent, and then a scavenger type of person. We also have some other skeletal, interesting characters that are, I gotta say, quite interesting to come across. And you'll find all these as you explore the different parts of the park. As you can see, there are many different sections, and this is a decent-sized map. So, with that all said, I think this is certainly a mod that you want to grab. It's got some really good spook factor. It's really enjoyable. It feels more like a DLC in most aspects, though you can tell it is mod sometimes. That's all for now. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys in the next episode.